Teaser Tuesday, boys. This worked out great for us last week. Ooh. Everybody who had teaser legs was a big winner last week. We listed them. Oh, we have a fancy little intro. Teaser Tuesdays. Oh, look at that. Purple. Purple, the official color of Prince and Teaser Tuesdays.
That's right.
All right, there's a whole bunch here. Matt, Jaguars at Bengals start things off Thursday night. The Bengals could be a very solid teaser option, as could the Falcons, the Lions, the Colts, the Vikings, the Saints, the Titans, the Chiefs, the Packers, and the Bucks. My God. What do you like best?
We got a lot of options this week. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I already have some of these in the account, so I'll go ahead and spill the beans there. Bengals on Thursday night is in with at least definitely the Titans, definitely the Saints. As we sit right now, those are definitely in there. The Lions weren't an option. I'm going to hold out and see where this ends up whenever we finally get whatever quarterback is going to play for the Bears. But I'm kind of hoping it's Fields as opposed to Nick Foles, because Fields looked very much not ready to play. Like he doesn't look like he's ready to man a team. And so if that's the case, if I can get the Lions up to 8.5, I was willing to take the Lions against the Ravens at 9, and I can get the Lions to 8.5 against the Bears. Well, then
that's actually a great point. I wish I had made that point on Monday on Guessing Lines. That alone makes this line make no sense whatsoever. None whatsoever.
I mean, a waiver's home, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't still, right? I mean, like I was willing to play the Lions against the Ravens, right? Yeah. I mean, like, if I'll take that amount of points, I'll take that amount of points against the Bears. Like that didn't mess with me in the least bit. Like I'll do that.
Betting truth serum here. This was the one I was like flipping out on, Gill, when I was like, me and Matt were talking opening line stuff, and I'm like, I waited too long to get the Lions at 4. I was like, I wanted to tease it up to 10, and then you're like, man, it's only down to 2.5. Like I don't know. I'll probably end up playing it too, though.
This, look, the Saints have been uninspiring on offense for sure, but the defense has been really, really good so far. And this Giants team, you got to remember, is coming off of losing Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton in this game. Like, so it's going to be a thin receiving core for this Giants team. I mean, like Tony is going to have to step in and play a serious role, like right out of the gate here, And obviously they didn't think he was able to do it because he's hardly seen the field since they drafted him, right? So it's like he's getting thrust into this role that they obviously didn't think he was ready for. You get the Saints down to 2. They only got to win by a field goal here. I mean, this defense, the Giants couldn't get it done. The Giants couldn't get it done this past week at home against the Falcons defense.
Yeah. It's
true that.
And now you're getting the Saints defense. Like that's a recipe for disaster.
I wish there was that Saints defense has been incredible. I just wish there was any kind of consistency on the offensive side of the ball for them. I think this will be a lighter teaser week for me, even though there are so many options. I love the Titans. I already made a rather large teaser of the Titans and Packers, and then I did a round robin of Titans, Bengals, and Ravens. The one you forgot yesterday, too. We keep forgetting about the Ravens one.
Here's the other way to ask this, which I think is perhaps
and Ravens not shown here because they're down to 1 now over at DraftKings. We're 1.5, 2-ish.
Yeah. Well, then we probably shouldn't show the 7s either.
Yeah.
What's the option most likely to kill bettors this weekend? Who's going to let them down?
If they try to tease the Colts up to 8.
I think that's what I would say, too.
That was a very quick, decisive answer.
Number 2, probably the Falcons.
Yeah. The Falcons are just because of the inconsistencies or something. But, I mean, I think people...
I don't hate that option, though, either. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
I think people still are out there thinking this Colts team is good. Or at least not bad. I think they're bad. I honestly think they're bad.
You got the
with the obvious exception of Wentz for Rivers, it's kind of the same team, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like what? I mean, I guess it's quarterback.
I've been thinking the same thing. Like you brought up with Washington last, where it's like, okay, it's time to show that your defense is pretty good. Like this is the time. Colts, I've kind of felt the same way about. Like it's like, what do you? I mean, you've had some injuries, yes, but like it's really the biggest change is out of quarterback. What else is going on?
Well, I don't know if you know, Kelly, but the most important position in the NFL is quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's pretty important.
Hey,
So,
huge revenge game for the one quarterback on here, not named Tom Brady. It would be Jacoby Brissett versus the Colts, too.
Oh, big revenge.
Big revenge spot there.
Hadn't thought about that.
uh-oh.
You know somebody's
That
going to use
obviously
that
sways
angle.
me.
Somebody's going to use that angle this week.
Oh, totally.
For sure.
Revenge game. Like they ran him out of town or something or whatever, and he's like backup that got thrust into the job because of an unexpected retirement.
I will show that franchise if it's the last thing I do.
I feel like the ones that I haven't played yet that I might, but I don't know. I'm a little weary on them. Would be Vikings up, Falcons up. I think that's about it.
I know it's not traditional, but I think I can see myself with a lot of Chiefs this week. I think they destroy the Eagles.
I think there's a lot of those. I mean, the Bucks and the Patriots. That's how I feel about that. We talked a little bit about the Packers and the Steelers.
Yeah.
Like, tell me why I shouldn't bet the Bucks here.
Oh, I don't disagree with that at all. That's a good point. I guess I'm loaded up enough on the 5.5s, Matt. I'm hoping those get home on the Chiefs and the Bucks side. I don't know how much I'll be teasing them, but yeah, absolutely. I think Chiefs Bucks teasers at no problem.
Well, I actually said this off air, but we were explaining the Chiefs earlier when we were talking about the AFC West, and then I just look up here. It's updated now. The Chiefs are second in the league in EPA per play on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, it's just been the turnovers so far. It's not like the offense is bad. It's just been the turnovers so far. 53.6% success rate right now on the offensive side of the ball for the Chiefs. So I mean,
what Chiefs bets did you make this week?
I have the Chiefs at 5.5 over the Eagles. A lot of it.
But I'm saying, did you make any futures plays on the Chiefs this week?
I have not.
You have not. Okay.